Okay, so I mean, on average, this is a question actually to both of you. So on average, it takes around 7.5 years from the onset of the first symptoms to a diagnosis. Why do you think diagnosis takes so long? Emma, I'll go to you first, if that's okay.
So there's two main reasons I think why endometriosis takes so long to diagnose, and there's an average of 7.5, 8 years to diagnosis. And of course that average masks some really prompt diagnosis where people get the symptoms recognised, they realise there's something wrong and seek help really quickly. And then on the other end of the scale, some people might be 15 years for a diagnosis. So I think the two main reasons are that, firstly, people don't always realise that the symptoms they're experiencing are symptoms. Unfortunately, too many people believe that painful periods are normal. And because we don't talk about the level of pain, people think that pain interfering with their everyday life is normal, or they might be told they've got a low pain threshold, they're being a bit of a wuss, they need to get over it. So unfortunately, people don't always seek help. And linked to that is quite often embarrassment around issues. And we have, you know, endometriosis, which is linked to periods. It can be linked to bowel problems, and it can be linked to infertility. So we have a mix of taboo subjects just going on in one place. And then the other reason for delayed diagnosis is that when people do seek help, the symptoms aren't always recognised by healthcare practitioners that they go and see. And so they might not pick up that it's endometriosis going forward. But I'm sure Shaheen has more to say about that.
Yeah, I think in a nutshell, that's exactly right. And I think to add to that is the nature of endometriosis and the fact that sometimes the only way to definitely diagnose it is an invasive procedure. So if it was like diabetes, that we had a blood test to diagnose endometriosis, I'm sure we would have done that. We would have won with that length of diagnosis. But doctors often have to make the difficult decision of doing something that is invasive, i.e. laparoscopy, to diagnose endometriosis, and they need to carefully select the right patient to do that, because laparoscopy is not without its potential complications. So that also has been working against trying to reduce the length of diagnosis. The delay in diagnosis, let's put it this way.